FlossTube. Welcome to my channel, Stitching is Elementary. My name is Cara Lee and this is FlossTube number 36. Today is Tuesday, June 21st at about 11 a.m. It's been about 2 weeks since my last video. I've been really busy quilting and stitching though, so I have lots to show you. So I think the way we're going to do it is, I think I'm going to save my personal update till the end. I usually kind of do it in the beginning. But just in case you don't care, I don't know if you really care about a personal update, so I think I will just save it for the end. So this channel is about cross stitch and quilting and sometimes some other crafts that I get into. So I do the cross stitch first and then I'll do my haul, and then after that I'll get into quilting. So if you're not interested in the quilting, you can move on to another video. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. I want to first thank you all for commenting and subscribing. Subscribing, you know, is free to you, but it really helps out people who do YouTube videos. It helps them get, you just notice more. So it's nice. So if you haven't subscribed and you've been watching, you know, if you just hit the red subscribe button, that really is great. And if you're new to my channel and just checking me out, thanks for stopping by. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. If you hit the bell button, you'll be automatically notified when I upload a video. And if you hit the like button, that's helpful too. So anyway, I also just want to say thank you for commenting. I really do enjoy it because I feel like this is a conversation. It's like we're getting together and talking about stitching, and you know, it's kind of one-sided if I'm the only one doing all the talking. So your way of conversing back is commenting. So I like when people comment, and I usually I'll always heart your comment as long as it's nice. But usually I will answer back as well, especially if you have a question or you've just told me something I didn't know, or if there's a reason to comment back, I will. And if I ever missed you, I noticed recently I went back and, you know, we can go through and look at our channel and it'll say missed comments. And there have been a few I've missed throughout all my videos, and I don't know how that happened. But anyway, if I don't heart yours, it's just because somehow I missed it. So anyway. Okay, so let's get on. So today I do have some full finishes. I have some finishes. I've been stitching tons of Halloween for Stitch Halloween in June. And then I have, of course, tons of whips and way too many plans. When I was trying to decide what to show for my plans, I was like, oh my gosh, Cara Lee, you've got to cut it down, because literally between quilting and cross stitch all over my room, I have little piles of stuff that are plans, but who knows when I'll get to them. So I only have the ones that are like immediate radar plans. Okay, so let's get started with full finishes. All right, so first, this is one that I had finished before, and then I didn't really like the way it finished, so I refinished it. So this is But First Coffee by Brenda Gervais, and I made it into a little pillow. If you've watched me for a while, you had seen it was a framed finish, but I just didn't like the way it looked. I didn't love the color of the frame. It was blue. I didn't love it with the blue dress, and I didn't have spacers in it because it was a glass frame. Anyway, I just didn't love it. So this is going to sit, I have a tiered tray by my coffee maker, and so I'm just going to sit that there. So here's the back. I need to, well, I don't really need to, but I might put, see the stitches are right there, if you can see. I might cover that up with something decorative. Actually, this I'll talk about here in the next pillow. I watched Java Girl Stitches, Christy, did a pillow tutorial, I think about a year ago, and her friend had shown her a different way to finish the back that I really liked. It was like you cut the backing into two pieces and then you sewed them together, but you left a, you know, just a couple inch or however big your thing is, but you left an opening in the back to stuff it, but it made the, so here's where I sewed it together. I stopped sewing here and I stopped sewing here, and I left this opening about that big right there. But the edges are finished, I guess is what you want to say. So then you stuff it, and then it's real easy to just whip stitch closed. So she shows it in her video if you want to know more about that. She did a really good video on it. So anyway, I was really happy with that. It's stitched on 32 count, this check that you can get at Hobby Lobby or Fat Quarter Shop. Although I went to Hobby Lobby to get more the other day, and they didn't have any, so I'm hoping they're going to get more in. But, and then this is little vintage pom-pom trim from Lady Dot, and about pom-pom trim. So I've been watching some videos on pom-pom trim. Now I've done like home decor and that, so I know how to put it on by sewing it You know, so basically I sewed it to this front piece with the pom-poms facing in, and then I laid the back piece over top of it and sewed all the way around again. And then when you flip it, the pom-poms stick out and they're in the seam. And actually Primrose Cottage Stitches has a really good video on how to do that. Here, I lost the pom-pom where I connected it. But then I've seen other people that are pulling the pom-poms off the tape or the part they're connected to and stitching them just on here after the pillow is sewn together, which just looks really hard to me. So I don't know if that's, I don't know. I just thought that looked like a much harder way to do it. So anyway, if you don't know how to do pom-pom trim, check out Primrose Cottage Stitches, because they show, you know, it's a very easy to watch and easy to understand video about how to put it on so it's in the seam. Okay, so that's one. And then this is the one I finished from Java Girl Stitches video, Her Way. And this was Stitching with the Housewives, red, white, and blue. And I did it on Vintage Country Mocha, and I changed the colors up just a little bit. So I love how Christy showed to do the bow, and I've never done a covered button, so she showed that. And then her backing again, where you, like I said, you get your backing piece the size you need it, you cut it down the middle, and then you sew those together and you leave a little opening so that your seams are finished right here. So there it is. I was really happy with that. And this is actually hot glued on, and this is hot glued on. I don't like hot gluing with needlework, but it was the easiest way to get it on quick, and I figured, what does it really matter? But yeah, so more pillows for my dough balls. Okay, and then I also have, where should I lay this stuff? I'll put it right here. A finished cross stitch. I finished one of my Halloween ones, which if you follow me on Instagram, you saw. So I was stitching with Michelle at Stitching by the Moon, the Spooked Mystery Sampler, and I finished, so there's 3 parts, and so this shows you the whole thing done. So I think she's doing them as separate pillows, and I don't know if she's doing this middle one. I'm going to do the whole thing together. So I finished part 1, and that was also my cross stitch camp for Colorado Cross Stitcher. That was my cross stitch camp for June. Was doing part 1, but I am going to continue and do part 2. And I did change the colors up quite a bit, which I will talk about. And I have it on different fabric too. So the called for fabric, I don't even know what the called for fabric was. It looks like a Vintage Country Mocha-ish one. But I did it on, I kept the tag. This is a fabric I got a while ago from Xjude Designs on Etsy. And it's 28 count gray sand. And I don't know if she has it in her shop still, but usually if you email her, now she's from another country, but if you email her, she will usually make it for you. It just takes a while. But I love how this is looking. So here is my finish of part 1. And like I said, I did change up the colors. What started me changing the colors was the green of the witch's face, well, and the purple. So you see in the called for is a blue for the witch's shirt and these little doodads here. If you can see that. It's like a bluey green. So I knew I wanted to change that to purple because I know a lot of you like just orange and black for Halloween, but I love purple with Halloween. So, and then this is like a citron color that is her face and behind the M here. And on this grayish grungy fabric, that just did not look good. I had that one, but it just looked weird to me. And I tend to like a real limey green. So I don't know if you like that, but I changed it to limey green. So I changed the blues to purples and the citron to a limey green, and everything else is similar. If not, most of it's different, but it's similar. Now I kept the oranges the same, but I think all the rest of them are a little different, but they look similar. So just look at this fabric though. I think it's really cool. So this is gonna go, you know, across like that, and then I'll have this whole bottom part extra, which I was thinking maybe I could do some Halloween ornaments on. But I'll get up close so you can kind of see the grunginess of it. I really like it. Okay, So let me tell you about my floss changes. And I have my Dot Dot Goose bag, and I'm really loving using this floss holder. So when I've used bits of floss, look what a mess it is, but it all gets in there, and there's even a little, I try to keep it on one side, but it just flops over. A little place you could keep your needles here. So that's really fun. So I'll be able to use this bag for another Halloween project now. Okay, so I'm just going to go through and tell you my floss colors. So for the dark brown, I used Color and Cotton Coffee Bean. And then for the lighter brown, I used the Gentle Art Burlap. So those are my two browns. And then instead of the Cadet Blue, I used Color and Cotton Primitive Plum. And let me just quick tell you something about Color and Cotton. Okay, so, oops, that's coming up. I had been in the Color and Cotton Monthly Floss Club, and I was getting them, and I was like, okay, I just didn't know if I loved the shades or whatever, so I actually stopped it. I think I did it for 5 or 6 months, and then I stopped it. Also just to save money, because we all know I spend way too much. So lately, though, every time I go to pick floss for a project, I am going to Color and Cotton. I'm actually loving them once I'm actually picking them and matching them to the fabric and all that. I find myself, I keep going to Color and Cotton. So I want to go get my monthly club bag, so I'm back on, and it's full right now, so I put my name on the waiting list because I am really liking them. Okay, which here we go. Rustic Black is the black I'm using. And then this is called for Weeks Dye Works Sweet Potato is the dark orange. Parchment, I believe, is the cream that's called for Weeks Dye Works Parchment. And then the light orange is Weeks Dye Works Marmalade. And then the greens, I changed up a little bit. So Guacamole is called for. I wrote my color changes down here somewhere. Let me see, yeah. Yeah, Guacamole is called for. So this is Weeks Dye Works Guacamole. That's the lighter green. And then it also calls for Oscar, but I switched it to Weeks Dye Works Moss, which I really like those together. I tend to like yellowy greens the best. It's not showing up as yellowy, but that's it. And then for her face, instead of the Citron, I went to Weeks Dye Works Pepperoncini, which I love this green. So I think those three greens all look really nice together. I love Weeks Dye Works as well. So those are my changes. So I will hold this up. I don't know if you can read it, but I have all my changes written on there, if you can. Okay, so that's a finish. So I'm going to keep it all in here actually because I need to work on the next two. But I figure maybe I can do one a month. Like I got this one done, so and then get it framed for Halloween. That would be great. So let's see if I can do that. Okay, so that's my only finish. So now we'll get into whips. Actually, new starts first. I do have a new start, which was a very random, if you follow me on Instagram again, I posted it the other day, a very random new start. So if you've watched me for a while, you know I was going to do the Fat Quarter Shop Heartfelt Stitch Along, and I had picked out, like, you know, the pinkies and the greens. I had picked out my own colors that are kind of like this. But it just never was calling to me. Like, I didn't know what I was going to do with it when I was done. Because really these pinky greens and grays, I mean, only a Valentine's Day do I decorate really with those colors. So I had it kitted up and it was just sitting there forever. So then I was on Pinterest the other day, and my whole family room, I know I always say it's all grays and white. And I love color. But I've never known how to incorporate color in with the gray and white and have it look good. And yes, I think way too much about it. So, like my oldest daughter's like, whatever, just put in what you like. And, you know, I'm sure that works great. I just can't do that. So, anyhow, I have to see it and be like, oh yeah, I like that. So I was on Pinterest and I was looking around, and I cannot remember the name of the blog, but I found a picture of this lady's family room, which was like grays and whites, but she threw in these like bright colors and it looked so good. So I pinned them, and then I have been collecting forever American Jane charm packs. So I must have like 50 of them, of all her different collections, and Springling is one of my favorites. And it's all like all primary-ish kind of colors, but very bright and pretty and vintage. And so anyway, I've just been collecting those, and I love them, but I've never made anything with it. So when I saw that Pinterest post of that lady's family room, I was like, oh, because it was like these colors with all the grays and whites, and it looked so good and homey and comfy, and I just loved it. So it's like 9:30 at night. I'm like, oh, what if I did that heartfelt in all these colors and made it into a pillow for my stitching chair, and then made a quilt out of all these American Janes to throw in my family room. And so I got very excited, and I kitted it all up, and I started it that night at like 10 o'clock. So that's my plan. We'll see how I like it. So here is what I picked. Okay, so I am doing it actually on 25 count Lori Holt Shadow Lugana. And here is this is one of those new plaid project bags from the Fat Quarter Shop, which I love. And this is a Caterpillar cross stitch needle minder. You know, I've talked about them before. I recently just ordered like 4 or 5 needle minders from them because I love them. Also on the topic of needle minders, I never showed them all. I should bring it over, but I also ordered a bunch of needle minders from Kim's Needle Minders on Etsy. And one of them is a Bewitched, which a lot of you that follow me on Instagram have been commenting on. I also ordered a cool jeweled parrot for my snooty parrot sampler, which I need to get back to. And some mermaid ones. Anyway, they have a lot of cool ones. So Kim's Needle Minder on Etsy and Caterpillar cross stitch. Those are my favorites. Theirs are so nice. And actually, Flamingo Toes, hers are very similar to Caterpillar cross stitch. Just the way they're made, they're really nice. Okay. So I decided to use for this Orifloss, which I have a ton of, and I've never used Orifloss. But Kimberly on Fat Quarter Shop always says how it doesn't tangle. So I thought, well, hey, I have it all. Let me try it. So I decided to use like these colors and then grays, because this calls for 3 grays, a white, and then 2 greens, 2 pinks, and 2 reds. So what I did is I did a red, orange, yellow, a pink, red, orange, yellow, and then 2 greens, and then a blue, and then 2 grays. Sorry for looking down so much. That match these. So I didn't have any Orifloss in gray, so I picked DMC in gray. So I'm using 2 and 4, which I had actually had these pulled from my flea market baskets, but never got to that yet. So I'm using those 2. And then see, I'll show you all the warm colors and then all the cool colors because it's hard to hold all these. So I'm using 2440. Well, I'll just show you the colors if you want to know the numbers. I think I put them on my Instagram post. I'm pretty sure I did. So those are my warm colors I'm using instead of just all the pinks and reds. And then here are my cooler colors that I'm using. Right there. And then those grays. So I got some of the borders done. Now this lighter gray color is what you do the border with. And it's really close to the shadow. So if I lay these against here, you'll see it's like the exact same color almost. So on 25 count, I've often wondered, hold on, sorry, I dropped it, about using 3 or 4 strands instead of 2 because it is pretty big holes. So I decided I was going to try to use 3 strands of this one for the border to see if maybe since it was thicker it would show up more since it's such a similar color. And I really like how it worked. Yeah, look at that. It's almost exact. So then I was going to do the rest of the design in 2 strands, but I really like the 3 strands, so I'm doing it all in 3 strands. And you probably could do 4. So this is my progress. I just got a little, whoops, sorry, how does it go? It goes like this. Little bit of that border done, but you see it stands out pretty good. And that first star done. I really wanted to see what the color looked like, so I wanted to get to the blocks in the middle. So I did this star, and I'm going to do this heart next to see what all the other colors look like. But I think I'm going to like it. So yeah, so there it is. And look how this is 3 strands. I love how dark and full it looks. Really nice. So I may always do 3 strands on 25 count now. Okay, and then if you want to see, here's what all the other colors look like next to it. I think it's going to be really pretty. Can't really see that. Let's see if I can hold these so you can. That's the only problem with Orifloss is these spools. These spools are great, but they make it hard to show it. Anyway, like I said, I laid it all out on my Instagram post. I am Stitching is Elementary on Instagram. And I'm not a private account, so you can just follow me. If you're a creepy guy, though, I will block you. So if you're a creepy guy that has no cross stitch on his thing, I get more creepy guys, and I'm like, nope, block. Okay, so that was my new start. Actually, this was also a new start and a finish, and a fully finish. But yeah. Okay, so now let's get to whips in no particular order. So I've been working on Halloween and patriotic, basically. So the first one is Happy Birthday America by Brenda Gervais. And I'm making some pretty good progress. I'm doing this on 36 count Liberty Gathering Gray with very similar to called for. Not the exact called for colors, but very similar. So here are my messy colors. Mostly all weeks, and the DMC is just the black. Yeah. Those are my colors, and here is my progress. So I was working on the bird last night. I love how the stitches in this wing are, what do you call those stitches? You told me here. I forget what you call them. Smyrna? I think they're Smyrna stitches. But they were fun to do. And I love how they just add a little variation to it. I had made a mistake up here, and I had rip it out and redo it. I had to rip it out and redo it. But that's it. Everything else has been good. So I should be able to finish that here soon. And then, oh, my Bobbing for Pumpkins. I'm getting very close to a finish. So this is Bobbing for Pumpkins by Brenda Gervais. I'm going to send this to a friend who doesn't have it to use next, so I really need to get it done. But Sharon, Sharon, I taped the chart together. I'll just show the back. But hopefully you'll be okay with that. I think it makes it easier to read, but it's just harder to fold up. So I am doing this on a 16 count Aida, I think. It's an Aida because it's when I used to use Aida, but it's a hand-dyed Aida. I think it is Ren. I would have to look it up by Picture This Plus, but I know it's some Picture This Plus Aida. But look, so I redid my second witch's skirt, and I am so much happier with it. And I got this whole cauldron of pumpkins done, which I love so much. I love how the cauldron itself came out, all the variegation in it. Oh, I was so happy when that was done. And then this light peachy color, when I first did this pumpkin, I was like, ooh, I don't know, that's like really light peachy. But I like it now with all the other ones. So yay, I'm getting very close to a finish because really all the big things are done. I just have to finish the banner, and then it's just this owl and some stars, and that's it. So getting close to finish on that. And my flosses are all basically called for, or very close to called for. So that's fun. I love that one. I started that a long time ago. That's a pretty old whip. Well, I mean, I've only been stitching for about 3 years, but it's one of my older ones. And then I had started finally stitching some ornaments. The Shannon Christine ornament clubs I always join, and I haven't stitched any of them. So I started with Come In For a Spell. And I know you can purchase these on her website still. And I'm doing it all the called for DMC and Krynic. And this is a hand-dyed 28 count Affogato by Fiber on a Whim. So that's what, there's a look at how that fabric looks. And I'm getting really close to a finish on this, so I'm down to having to go and put in the Krynic, the gold Krynic. Yeah, I did the back stitches of the white. Is there anything else? gold Krynic. Yeah, that's it. Oh, and the beads. I have to find beads for it. I may save the beads for the end for all of them. I don't know. But anyway, there we go. And then I can start another one. Okay, so that's all my Halloween. I've been trying to stick to those two and then just this one till I finish it, and then I'll start another Halloween. And you'll see in my haul, there's one I really want to start here soon. And then I was also participating in the Jane Austen sale, and this is my pretty bag I got from Number 12 Stitch Company. And this is another needle minder from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. When there's a needle on it, which luckily I haven't lost. So I am doing the Sampler Girl at Home with Jane Austen, which I've had for a long time. And so when I saw they were doing that stitch along, I was like, oh, I need to pull this one out. And I picked my own colors for this that are similar to what's called for. Let me see. Here are my changes if you can read that or want it. Or if you want to know, I can let you know. Just message me on Instagram is the best way. You can email me, but I'm so bad about my Stitching is Elementary email. It's like one of 5 emails I have, and I just forget about it. So every time I go in, there's an email from a viewer, like one usually, but that was like weeks ago, so I'm so sorry. I always get back to you, but it might be a couple weeks. But anyway, here are the colors I picked, and it's all weeks, and I just love them. So I'll go through real quick and tell you. So Havana, it's one of the browns. Amber, Lily Pad, Scuppernong, that's how you say that, Broom Tree, whoops, Dried Sage, Oyster, and Purple Haze are my purples. And let's see, Deep Sea and Dove are like the bluish colors. And then my pinks are Meredith Pink, Begonia, and Peony. Peony is one of my favorite pinks. There they are together. So, oh, every time I give this out to work on, I'm just like, oh, I love these colors. So, floss sticking to all of them. And this is super wrinkled, so sorry. This is on Color and Cotton Eggnog, 36 count. And here's my little bit of progress. I've just been working on Halloween more, but oh, I'm loving it. I may work on it today. Yep, so there we go. So making progress. Sorry for the wrinkles, but if I have to iron all my projects before I show them to you, I will never do another video. That's just not going to happen. So I had in the haul, I have another Jane Austen one I got from Plum Street Samplers that when I finish this, I want to start. And I also have her library one, which I want to start too. There's so many. Okay, so some progress on that. And then I did work a little bit more on my, ooh, I have the wedding sampler in here too. I forgot I have them both. I need another blue and white bag. So I made this bag. And this bee needle minder, I can't remember if it's from Kim's. I have to look that up for sure. But I really like it. Isn't that gorgeous? A blue bee. Oh, so me. And then I think it's Regency Blues was the name of this fabric line. I just used a mini charm pack to make it. Okay. So first is my progress on Annie Baylis 1887 God Save the Queen, which I'm doing in royal blue, and I am loving it so much. I'm doing it on 36 count cream and sugar by Fiber on a Whim, and I'm using Holiday Blue Silk Floss. Did I keep it? No, I did not keep the... This is Gloriana. I didn't keep the Gloriana tag. I put it on one of my tags, but it is called Holiday Blue. So yeah, really pretty. and I'm making progress little by little. This is also very wrinkled. So there's a lot of over one stitching in this, which I know I told you before I was worried about, but I love it. It's very weird. I'm really enjoying it. So like, and it's nice too, because like, this was over 2, this alphabet was over 2, but then all this is over 1, over 2, you know, all this border's over 2, and then over 2, but then over 1 here, and this whole border. So like every border is over 1, but you can have the alphabet in the middle, which is over 2, so it gives you a break. And I do sometimes use my magnifier, but I don't always have to. Getting bifocals from my eye doctor was the best thing ever, because the ones you bought in the store did not work for me. But the bifocals I got from my eye doctor, like I went specifically and said, because I have bifocals in my glasses, but they're not enough. So he made them stronger for because I have astigmatism. He made them stronger for just to do needlework, and they work fabulously. So if you have astigmatism, or if you have tried, you know, readers from the store and they just don't work for you, maybe see your eye doctor. I don't know if it'll work for everybody, but it works great for me when other ones didn't. So yeah, so we're just plugging along on that one. I have yet to finish a reproduction sampler, and I really, really, really want to, because there's so many I want to do. I want them walls all over. All right, so that's my progress on that. And then on Greta's wedding day on June 4th in the morning, I did start her wedding sampler. So I am doing, she had picked Lovely Birds, like I had shown her like 4 or 5 different wedding samplers, and she liked this one. So this is from an Etsy store called Happy Mood Point, and it's called Lovely Birds, and I'm just going to change it up and put, you know, their wedding information, the date and their names and that in there somewhere. So yeah, so I'm doing it in DMC because I wanted to match the bridesmaid dresses. So I went and took all my blue DMC and went to my younger daughter's bridesmaid dress and like matched them all. And the one that matched perfectly was 932. So I'm using this dusty blue 932, and I'm doing it on 40 count, just white linen. And I just have a little baby start. And there's my little start. I always usually start up in the left corner, so that's what I did. Right there, that is this little thing right up here. So yeah, we got to start. And I stitched on it for a while. We actually had gone, and I'll talk about this more at the end, but we had gone to like a hotel near the venue at like 8:30 in the morning for hair and makeup, because we all got our hair and makeup done. And there were like 8 of us. You know, I think there were 6 or 7 bridesmaids, and then me. And then David's, her husband's stepmom came and got her hair done and makeup done, so it was fun. And I was actually dreading it though. I'm like, 8:30 to, we stayed there 8:30 to like 3:30, and then we left for the venue. But what am I going to do all day? But it was really, really fun. The girls doing the makeup were very funny and fun to listen to, and you know, everybody was just talking and laughing, and I sat there and stitched for a while, and then I ate, and it was fun. Then I got all my hair and makeup done, and oh, my hair, at first when they did it, it was like an updo, but I was like, you know, it was different than what I'm used to. I'm used to always just being pulled back like this, and it was kind of came forward a little more. It was real soft and casual kind of, and I was like, ooh, I don't know if it looks good. And then my husband was supper, and he had already gone to the venue, and I was driving over to the venue, and I got there, and he's like, he loved my hair. He's like, I will pay to have your hair done once a week like that. And then I told him how much it was, and he goes, well, maybe once a month. But it did look, I was really happy with how everything turned out. I loved my dress, and it was fun. So I will have him put some pictures at the end. Sorry, I said I was going to save personal update till the end, and there I put a little bit in here. But I'll have him put pictures at the end. We don't have all the pictures yet, so it will be a few months till we have everything. So when I get more, I'll share more later. So anyway, there's that, and let's see what's next. Okay, so next, and I'm not even sure if I worked on this since last time. I think I did a teeny bit, but Winds of Autumn, I'm doing the Mighty Oak, this one down here. And I think there is a sow going on for that. I don't have much done. Okay, so yeah, this is the top. So this is on, I think, a 32 count fabric. It's a Lakeside Linens, but I never know the name of it. So I have the border done, and then I started doing these leaves at the top, and this is going to be one of the branches that comes out. If you see here, let's see. Yeah, right here. So I've kind of started this little part up here. And I started the second skinny border on the inside, but you can see I didn't finish that yet. So worked on that a little bit. I love that one. I would like to get it done for my fall cross stitch wall. And then the next one is, I think I had started this since last time and I haven't done anything on it, but it's kind of a plan because we are going to Wisconsin the week of 4th of July to visit my youngest daughter's boyfriend's parents, get a place up there because I guess they're from there. And so we were going to go visit them and see Chicago and go to Country Sampler in Spring Green. So I'm super excited about that. But I wanted some like mindless. We're driving up because right now I am not flying. I will talk about that in my personal update at the end. Flying has been a mess. I don't know if you watch the news, but flights are canceled all over the place. So anyway, I was like, and when I was looking at flights, I couldn't find the exact ones I wanted. And I thought, you know what, we're just going to drive. So that's what we're doing. I mean, it's summer, I have time off. So, but I want some mindless car stitching. So I had started this Home is Where the Wreath Is, and I have done nothing on it. And I thought filling in all these letters would be perfect for in the car. So I have to finish, I didn't even finish the H yet. I have paws everywhere, but I started the H and I kind of messed up, but then I fixed it, so that's why it looks weird. So I want to get those. One of my plans is to get all those outlined before we go. We leave on July 2nd or 3rd. So before then, I want to get all those outlines done so that I can fill it in on the way. Oh, my stomach's growling. I hope you can't hear that. It's almost lunchtime. I need to finish this up and go eat. I'm hungry. Okay, so now, let me see where I am. So I'll go into cross stitch plans, then we'll do haul, then we'll do quilty stuff, which I don't have a lot of quilty stuff. Okay, so plans. So I showed this as a plan before, but I did not start it yet. So it is the Caterpillar Cross Stitch Touch of Magic Stitch Along. And do I have a picture? No, I just have the chart, so I can't show you. But Touch of Magic, they're doing a mystery stitch along. Caterpillar Cross Stitch does a lot of those. So I think just the first part is out. And it's not a lot, but I need to get to it. And I had the flosses. These are the called for DMCs, so really fun, bright colors. And I think I had asked before my last video, or maybe on Instagram, which color of fabric to use. So this is Caramel Macchiato. And this is Vintage Stormy Night, I think. And they did theirs on a gray, but I think I'm going to go with the brown one. Michelle and I were talking about it, and I think it's just so warm, and I really like the warmness of those colors. So I think I'm going to probably go with that one. That always happens to me. Every time I try to use a gray, I'm like, it's just so cool. But it would go in my family room nice. But so does the brown, because my floors are all wood floors. So I don't know. But I would like to get a start on that one, whichever one I decide to do. And then I got my... I joined the Fat Quarter Shops Club for the month-to-month Stitching with the Housewives because it's on white. Yay, no black. So it comes with the floss and the pattern, which I'm sure you've seen it, but there it is. And I'm going to actually make this into a pillow. Someone else was saying that I was watching. I'm trying to remember who it was. But anyway, I think I'm going to do that in the pillow, and then I'm going to try to make... find a round frame for this, because I would love this as a pillow for my big long dough bowl that I still need to fill with seasonal stuff. Someday I'll have all the seasonal pillows for every season to go in there. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do it on 28 count fabric flare pale gray gingham. So let me show you that. And I have the pieces all cut and ready to go. So there's the floss, there's the gingham. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. I'm excited to stitch on white, not black. Okay, let's see what else I got planned. Okay, what do I want to show next? That's really a haul. What's this one? Oh, okay, so some more Halloween plans. So I have two. This is another one of the, I love these mesh project bags, the ginghams. So Fat Quarter Shop is going to be doing the Bats and Booze. Oh, this is last month. Oh, I have last month in here too. Yeah, I was watching, see, I didn't write this down, so I'm going to forget. Nicole Spore, I might be saying her name wrong. She's a card maker, but I'll link it below. I'm sure you found her, but I'll link it below just in case. And I used to do card making and paper crafting a lot. I still do a little bit, but not nearly as much, especially not card making because I'm not that good at it. But anyway, she started doing a Floss Tube channel. So she does cross stitch and quilting, so it's been awesome watching her. And she showed her finish of this, and I was like, oh, I need to do that now. I mean, I've had this since last year. So this was last year's Halloween stitch along. So I already had the floss for it. So I'm going to do that on 14 count gingham, pale gray gingham. So yeah, those are the flosses for that one. But then this year's is called Boo Crew, and I ordered the floss pack for that because I really like the colors. And they do it on Peaceful Purple, which is a wood shelt, which I don't love wood shelt. So I have two different ones that are linens. This is a Meditation by Picture This Plush, which I love. So I'm just not sure about the purple with that. I don't know. So it's either going to be that one, or this one's very similar. It is a Mixed Berry Even Weave, Jobelin, 28 count. So I mean, they're super close. This one just has more modeling in it. So I'm going to do one of those when it comes out. It hasn't come out yet. I think they're waiting for the fabric. I have like 3 different ones in here. I have 1, 2, 4 different Halloween projects in here. Yeah, I still need more bags. Okay, so let me show you what else I have planned here. Okay, so what I was saying about the Boo Crew is then there's also a quilt, a mystery quilt along that's just like a little quilt to go along with it, and it looks really cute. So my friend Cheryl had texted me. She was like, oh, or messaged me on Instagram. She goes, did you see this? And I'm like, yes. She knows I love Halloween, so she always messages me about them. So I was like, but I don't know if I'm going to buy the fabric kit because, I don't know, I keep going back and forth, and I love the bright quilt fabrics, like bright colors with the white, but I also am really getting into the prim and the more vintagey kind of colors. So I'm always like torn. Should I do it in the brights, like me and my sister designs, or should I do it in like Blackbird, you know, laundry basket quilt tones? So, but I broke down and ordered it because it's so cute. So anyway, I did order the fabric kit, Cheryl. But neither of those have started yet. Okay, that was a long story. Sorry about that. So then the other Halloween ones I really want to do in here is Tiny Modernist is coming out with a mystery stitch along also, which I'm such a sucker for, called the Halloween Crystal Ball. And it starts July 1st. So this is like their sneak peek of it, which I love, that crystal ball with the little spider coming down. So I ordered the flosses for it that they called for, but I had this. They call for. Let me see. Where's the fabric? I know it's right here somewhere. Dark cobblestone, 32 count dark cobblestone from Witchelt. Well, once again, I'm sorry, I just don't love Witchelt. But I had this, and this is very similar looking. It is one from my Color and Cotton Club, and it's called Stoneware, and it is 32 count. Or no, this is 36 count. So I think I'm going to do it on that. It looks really good with the flosses. So yeah, so I'm just waiting for all the flosses to come and for it to start on July 1st. And then actually, Misty at Luminous Fiber Arts also has a Halloween mystery stitch along, which I also ordered her full fabric kit and the pattern for, and that starts July 1st also. So I'm still going to be stitching Halloween from now until Halloween. That's why one of the other hashtags I've been putting on all my Halloween stitching is stitch all the Halloween, because I love it. And then this could go into Spooky Sampler September. But I've had this for a while. I wanted to start Barbara Anna Designs the Rampant Cat Sampler. And I had watched a floss tuber, and I'm going to blank on her name. I'm so sorry. I'll put it down below. But she had done this, and she did it on Extra Designs Marbled Antique Violet. This light purpley, like purpley gray color. It's not really showing up, but that's the name of it. And this was like a year ago. I think I ordered this from Extra Designs. And she had 32 count, so I just got 32 count. I would have rather 36, but the called for is 32 count. So yeah, so I would love to start that. So all my Halloween plans, lots to start. And I still want to start Jack's Bash too. So there's that. Now, patriotic. So last year I started, sorry, it's going to be long. I'm almost done though. I started Land That I Love. And I started it on a 30 count weeks, and I just went back, pulled it out this year, and I'm like, I do not like this. The holes just seemed really big and sloppy, and a lot of times, I mean, I love weeks. It was just this particular fabric. And I started stitching on it again, and it was just the 2 strands did not lay nice. Anyway, I was like, you know what, I would really like to do this on 36 count. So I saw somebody who did it on 36 count Boston by Seraphim Fabrics. So I ordered a big piece of that. But then when I was ordering that, they had antique lace by Seraphim Fabrics. And so I ordered a smaller piece of this just to see what it was like. I figured I'd use it for something else because I've never had Seraphim Fabrics before. So when I got them, I really liked, with the floss colors for Land That I Love, I really liked the antique lace better than the Boston. So I ordered another bigger piece of this now, because you need a really big piece to do this on, what is this, 36 count. You still need a pretty big piece. No, it's 36 count. So I think that's going to be really pretty. Here are the floss. So I'm going to restart this one basically sometime. Now I started it last year on the 4th of July. I always like to do this, start on 4th of July and think I'll finish by the next, haha, because I never ever do. So this one, I have another 4th of July start, so I don't know. We may start 2 on the 4th of July. But I really like that with that fabric. So that's what I'm going to do, and this is all the called for colors for that. So that's going to be on antique lace. I really love antique lace. And then, trying to remember her name, that's why I'm sitting here. Needle and Flax. Oh, I just blanked on her first name, but I think Heather. Anyway, the lady who dyes Needle and Flax fabric. I love her floss tubes. She goes into a lot of history about stuff, and she's just fun. She just sits and talks and talks and talks, and I just love listening to her talk. So she goes through a lot of pattern hauls and just shows you patterns. And she had shown this, and I got it in my head and I couldn't let it go. So this is Lila's Studio Let Freedom Ring. This giant one, and she was showing, I was like, oh, a 4th of July start, that would be perfect. So I'm going to start this on 4th of July, and I wasn't sure what fabric I would use. It calls for 35 count R&R Classic Homespun, I think. But so when I got that Boston fabric, it looked really cool, and it was a big piece. I think it was a fat half. So I am going to start it, and I love the idea, I don't know, historical of starting, even though this isn't in Boston. I think this is Independence Hall in Philadelphia, but, you know, Boston fabric, patriotic, 4th of July kind of thing. So I'm going to do it on this Boston by Seraphim. Let me just show you. It's so pretty. I really, really like it. It's a giant piece. It's just like a grayish taupey brown with like very subtle modeling, but it's really pretty. So yeah, this is 36 count, and it's a half. Here's what it looks like. about half or a half yard, I don't know. But then here are most of the flosses. I'm still waiting for a couple of the hand dyes to come. And I switched out the reds a little bit because I had a Victorian Motto red that looked really nice instead of the barn red. So I think I'm going to use that instead. It's Yule Log, and these are the two reds that go next to each other, and I just thought they looked really good. So there's the flosses on the Boston fabric. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. I mean, you know, I would love to start at this 4th of July and finish it by next, but that's not likely. So I'm going to take this with me on my trip. This will not be in the car stitching, however. I will have to do this probably in the hotel or something. Okay, so that is all my cross stitch plans. And the one other new plan I have in this bag. So I have been wanting to learn to crochet. I watch all of Lori Holt's little flowers and all the granny squares, and I'm participating in the Great Granny Square stitch along with the quilt, but I really want to learn to crochet because I just want those little flowers. And I've seen some crocheted blankets now that are like squares with all the flowers on it, and I'm just really getting into it. And I know it's supposed to be really easy, but I'm always have to watch stuff forever before I try anything new. Watch videos, read books. I need to just make myself sit down and try it because I know it's not going to be hard or too hard. So I have a whole bunch of, this is my whole little crochet kit in here. I got this book, Crochet for Beginners, to help me out. And I've watched a bunch of videos. I know there's tons out there that are great. I just like to have both. And then I got a whole bunch of these little Lori Holt yarn packs, or chunky thread, I guess she calls them. And I got these little stitch markers. I'm not even sure what a stitch marker is. And then I got her hooks. So I'm good to go. So you need to encourage me, tell me, keep bugging me, asking me if I've started it yet, because I need to just do it. I don't know why I'm so hesitant. So this is a definite plan. Hopefully by the next time we talk, I will have at least tried, you know. Okay. So those are all my plans. What are we at? Oh my gosh, we're at 52. Okay. So we will do kind of a quick haul. I'm going to condense it a little bit. So, well, first, a little happy mail kind of haul. So my friend Michelle at Stitching by the Moon had messaged me on Instagram a little while ago and said, you know, I have 2 of these Prairie Schoolers. Would you like it? And I was like, yes, please. So she sent me this whole little thing. So this is the Prairie Schooler, the Needle's Eye. Oh, I love it. Look at these 2 little ladies. So cute. So thank you so much, Michelle. I cannot wait to stitch this. And look at that little star quilt block pillow. Oh my gosh, so awesome. I love it, I love it. But then she also sent me little Floss, this adorable little card, the bear, and Forbidden Fiber Company, which I've never tried, Fountain Floss. She's always giving me stuff I've never tried, which is great, Michelle. At Christmas, she gave me that Gloriana red thread, and I had never tried Gloriana, and that's what I'm doing my my God Save the Queen sampler with. But the blue one. She gave me red. I'm doing a schoolhouse one with the red one she gave me and the fabric she gave me. And then I liked the richness of the color of the Gloriana, so that's why I chose that blue. So anyway, she sent me those 2 things. So thank you so much, Michelle. Happy mail is always so fun to get. All right. Okay, so first I got this little thing. You know, I'm into the tomato, as we all are into the tomatoey stuff, and I need to make some tomatoes, but I found this on Etsy, and I just loved the colors of the fabric. It has got this little strawberry, and it's a really nicely made little tomato to put in my sewing room. So I thought that was really cute, and I think I kept the name. Yeah, it is by Parish Farm Girl on Etsy. Parish Farm Girl. Of her name. So yeah, so that was a fun little piece of haul. And then from 1844 Stitchery, I think is the name of it. Let me see. Yeah, I don't think I have the name here. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, 1844 Stitchery. She had a bunch of the Sampler Girl patterns from the past, and I really love her patterns. So this is the Dolly Madison sampler. I'm going to go kind of quick through these. This is for Mrs. Jefferson, a colonial love song. And it got me thinking about, you know, just the First Ladies watching Needle and Flax's Floss Tube. I'm so sorry. I mean, she probably doesn't watch me anyway, but I think her name was Heather, but I'm probably wrong. You're probably yelling at me. But I just love her floss tubes. This is Abigail's sampler for John's. She got me thinking about the First Ladies, and I saw these and I was like, oh yes, I must have. And this is just one I liked. It is sampler chart, counted thread cross stitch traditional sampler chart by Country Cottage Sampler by Maura Blackburn. Inspired by samplers admired in museums, designed with threads and fabrics chosen to look aged and authentic, made in England. I just thought that was a really pretty sampler. And she had this Bent Creek baby row. Thought if I ever get grandchildren, I should have some baby stitching. So that was all from 1844 Stitchery. If I have that wrong, I'll put it below. And then this is just from Overtime here. I've ordered stuff. So look, I have this bag. Let's go through the bag. Let's see, what time is it? Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 12:23 p.m.
Okay, I need to get done by 1 o'clock. Okay, so I think this is from Fat Quarter Shop, which you've all probably seen. Cut, press, and sew. I love that mint green frame. And then I have been wanting these for a while because I want to do them all together. The Little House Needleworks Early American. So I got everything cross stitch at a sale.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Alexa, stop. They had a sale on patriotic stuff, so I got this. Patrick Henry. Nathan Hale. John Hancock. Freedom, which I think is the one that goes in the middle. Fauna Pfeiffer did a really cute finish for this, and she gives you a free border for it. So I would like to do that and use her free border. Betsy Ross. And then there's a few more I need to get that they didn't have, or they didn't have on sale or something. But then I also got Silver Creek Samplers Through the Storms, and I had thought maybe Greta would want this for a wedding sampler. But it says, no relationship is all sunshine, but two people can share an umbrella and walk through the storms together. That was cute. And, ooh, I'm loving these Plum Street samplers. I've been really into them lately. The Wool and Flax Company. And I had seen somebody on Instagram, and once again, I don't remember her name, but I'll put it below, change the pinks to a little brighter pinks, which I think I'm going to do for this one. And then there's a cow one, and I think it's Milk and Cream Company. And then there's the Shepherd Song, which Lisa Abbey, I am still starting. I'm still kitting it up because I'm trying to change the pinks, and I've been so busy with Halloween. So she's stitching that on Mondays, so I have got to get that kitted up and start. But I want to change these colors to just a little more pinky. I should really let Lisa Abbey change them for me, because I sit and watch her videos and all her stuff, and I just love all her pieces. And it's stuff I've seen everybody else stitch as well a lot of times, but somehow I think she picks her own colors, and the way she combines colors, they just look really nice. So anyway, and then Olga's Tart. I've wanted this one for a long time. I think somebody had a Plum Street sampler sale too. So, and Party Tarts, because we all know I'm really political. And then, yeah, definitely they did. I think Everything Cross Stitch also had a Plum Street sale. Boris, which I had never seen these before. Look at the little dog, he's so cute. And I had to get the cat, Olga. So that was super fun. Yeah, that was all from Everything Cross Stitch. And then 1, 2, 3 Stitch, I had ordered some things from. Well, what I've been wanting is I have wanted these two for a while, and they're always out of stock, so they finally were both in stock, so I got that. So this is Lizzie K Betty Broomstick, and they're stand-ups. Is that what they call them? I don't know what they call them, but anyway, you make them so they stand up, and I think they're so cute. So I ordered the fabric that is called for him, which is 30 count chartreuse. Ooh, mama, that is really, really bright. So I'm thinking maybe if I tea coffee dye it a little bit, it won't be quite so bright. It's a little, I think a little too bright for me. Whoops. But I think I might try tea coffee dyeing it and seeing how it comes out. So super fun, got those. I've been into Silver Creek samplers. I've never stitched one of those, but I've been liking them. Happy Halloween. I love that cat in the middle, and just the way they do their words I think is so cool. And then Annie B's Folk Art, her floss tube's awesome. If you haven't watched it, she does it with her two daughters and it's so fun. But she had come out with this red work pears, which I thought was so cool. And you know I'll probably do them in blue, but because my kitchen's all blue. And then this is the other one I got because I would love to do it for the Jane Austen sale or just for whatever, but A Gentleman's Daughter. So that. And then on Etsy there is a shop called Salt and Pepper Stitching, and she had a free, I think I only have the chart. She had a free 4th of July pattern that I downloaded. I'm just going to show it really fast. Boop. Yeah, so if you look on Salt and Pepper Stitching on Instagram, she shows it, and you can get it from her for free, and you can see how she did hers. I really love the flosses she used, so I got that. And then I was watching somebody, it's a new floss tuber, two ladies, and I forget their names, but they had shown this as a freebie from Brooks Books Publishing, and it's Uncle Sam and Lady Liberty. I thought they were cute. So that's just a freebie you can get online. I feel like it was on another website, but it says Brooks Books, so yeah, I guess that's it. But that was cute if you need some freebies. And then I don't even remember where I got all these. Oh, here's another Plum Street, the Equality Sampler. So I'm kind of just been collecting Plum Streets because I've been really into them lately. And then from Fat Quarter Shop, I think this was from Fat Quarter Shop. I don't know.
It's me.
And Ellie's home. I'm recording. That's okay. I'm taking way too long. And my dogs are going to bark now. We're getting so close to the end. Red, she said, a banner for every day. I have the Halloween one of this, but I really like that. And then in my quilt shop, they had the floss pack for it, so I got the floss pack also. Color and cotton. And I love this one. This is from Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery, which she's come out with a lot of cute cross stitch designs lately. And this is Betsy's Summer Basket. I love those colors. That's so cute. And then someone on Instagram was doing a stitch along with this one. And so I ordered it because I really liked it, but I don't know if I probably won't do the stitch along. But it's Teresa Kogut, Come to My Garden. And I would probably do it in blues. I don't know. We'll see. Oh my goodness. This is going to take forever. I might save some of this. I've been saving a lot of this though. Okay, so then I love this. Martha Scott by GGR. I've been looking at this one for a while and finally I just took the plunge. I love that little house and those trees around it. Okay, so then this is the Halloween one that I would like to start soon. This is by Primrose Cottage Stitches. It's The Witch Next Door. And do you remember that book? I don't know, when I was little there was a book called The Witch Next Door that was really cute. I'll have to see if I can find it and show it to you. I think I still have it. I also got berry picking. I would love to do these for my kitchen. These are so cute. I already have a couple of them. And from Home Sweet Home, or from Scattered Seed Samplers, the Home Sweet Home Pinky, which I've been collecting these too. And this is a new one from Erica Michaels, the Salty Mermaid. I thought that was really cute for some summer stitching. And another Plum Street, My Garden House. I have never made a drum. And then, with my needle and thread, I finally had to get Rejoice Evermore. And I think I was trying to get free shipping, so I got the Cricket Collection eggs. I thought that'd be really cute in the kitchen. I love chickens. We can't have chickens where we are, but I would have chickens if I could. They're so cute. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, these I got a long time ago, and I've just always run too long. But you know what? This is just going to be a long video today. I got Life is Just a Bowl of Cherries from Hands on Design. Really cute for the kitchen. And the Scarlet House Schoolgirl samplings. British, aren't they? Oh yeah, it says British school. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I love all things British, which I will talk about here at the end also. And then I have wanted this one for a long time, a Parliament of Owls. Did you know that a group of owls is called a Parliament of Owls? And a group of crows is called a Murder of Crows. I think I've talked about this. I got on a tangent one day looking up what everything's called in groups because I thought it was so funny. And then this one is the Moons of 2022, which I better get started on if I want to do it in 2022. I think that's really cool. And then this I ordered from Hobby House Needleworks. This came out, I think, at Market GH 1857, and I just love it. All those blues and beiges, and there's a bunch of different projects. So I got the floss to go with it, and I got the fabric to go with it, which they send their fabric in these nice little bags. So there's the name of it, and it is, I think it's Fiber on a Whim wheat. Yeah, which this is one of those samplers where like the colors kind of blend and just kind of hide in the background. They don't really stand out, but I think it's so pretty. So that will be Sunday. Almost done. And then Anne got 1848. I've been seeing a bunch of people stitch this, so I thought, oh, I have to have that. I can't believe my phone hasn't died yet. Knock on wood. Why did I have this in here? So I got this scrap spool that I apparently wanted to show you. Let me look through and see. I think there was a quilt that I really loved, which is why I got it. I mean, I love them all, but I can't remember what made me buy it. Oh, I think it was this one, which Erica Arndt just did a block like this for her. She does like a monthly block. Yeah, I think it was this one I really liked. But I mean, there's tons of cute ones in here. Here's the back of them. So I got that. And I think I told you about this, but I didn't show it, from New York Dreamer. You know, I have the Valentine's Day one that I started, so I got the pumpkin pie rolling pin kind of cover thing. And that is all of my Stitchy haul. So if you are not interested in quilty stuff, I totally understand. So bye. I will see you in another week, hopefully. And thanks for watching. Okay, quilty stuff. All right, so what have I been working on? Well, I've been working on this. So let me just grab my stuff here. I'll move it over. Okay, so this was a quilting whip I started a year or two ago, and it's from this Quilt As You Go Made Modern. And it's a really fun strip quilt. You just basically, you sew this middle strip on first, and then you sew all the other strips to the side of it, and then you quilt it. Let me show you. So you cut your batting square, the size it says in the book. Mine, I did the bigger one. I think I did the 12-inch block. And then you use a jelly roll. So I use like 4 jelly rolls because this is going to be a king for my bed. And you sew this one down first, or you lay this one down first, and then you lay like one of these on top of it and sew it, and then you flip it, and then you do the next one, and you just go on that way. And Fat Quarter Shop has a really good video about how to do this. Shows you step by step. It's super easy. So then once you sew them all to the foundation, you quilt them. So I just did quilting, right here you can see a 1/4 inch from each seam. So a 1/4 inch on either side of the seam. And then you trim them down to your size that it tells you in the book, or whatever size you choose. You can do whatever you want. And then you sew them together. And so what you do is, and she shows you this in the video, so I'll just be real quick because I'm going on forever. You put them right sides together, you sew a 1/4 inch, and then you press this seam open, and you taper the ends, and then you just sew the whole quilt together like that. And then you layer it with your backing and just pin at the intersections she tells you, and you just do a grid. You just sew down all the rows in a grid to attach the backing to it. And then you just put binding on like normal. And here comes my dog. Don't knock it over. Hi, yeah. Okay, go lay down. So I did these in 2 different colors. I did, all blues and whites, but I did some of regular blue, and then I also did some in aqua blue. So I had to make like 81 blocks. So it's every other. Some have an aqua blue strip here. This is the only difference, is here and here, these 2 positions. Some are aqua blue there, some are just regular blue there. So I'm going every other aqua blue, regular blue on that. But it took me forever to quilt these. I mean, super easy, but there's just, that's not even all of them. Here they all are. So this is what I've been doing for the last week, is just getting all those quilted. And then I started trimming them up this morning. They trim up really fast. So then I'm going to put them all up here, get them in the design I want, and then I'll sew it together. So my husband came in, he's like, well, that red doesn't look good with that red. And I was like, okay, when they're all up here, you can arrange it however you would like it to be. So funny. So that I was working on this week. And then I was also working on the Great Granny Square Along. I'm going to make this quilt. And I was getting all those pieces cut out. So let me show you, because these are lovely little stacks of fabric. Hopefully it doesn't fall. So I cut, the background's all just solid white, and then I used a Farm Girl Vintage Fat Quarter bundle and got all that cut out. So now I am ready to start sewing that together this week. So I kind of like to always have one quilt that I'm sewing together and one quilt that I'm cutting out. So this week I was sewing this one and cutting out this one. And then next week my plan is to be sewing the Great Granny one together. Well, let me show you. So there, when you cut this one out though, you have a lot of extras, and so she gives you bonus projects inside. But here is a picture of it all put together. I'm loving these fabrics. They're so pretty. So it's going to be really pretty put together. Hi, Hazel. Okay, go away, Hazel. Okay, so then once I'm sewing that together, I'm going to start cutting out my summer moon. Don't knock it over, Hazel. Go lay down. Hi, yeah, go lay down. See, I'm taking too long. Go lay down. I'm going to start my summer moon, my midnight moon version. So Moda started a stitch along with that, and remember I wanted to wait for my laundry basket quilts fabric. Well, I got my half yard bundle. Oh my gosh, I'm so in love with it, which I've showed you all this before. And then I also got some Halloween prints that match it, so I'm going to mix these in with it to make it more Halloween-y. There's these, which are so cute. And then there's another new line came out called Witchy Poo that also looks like it's these colors, so I ordered some of that. So I have it all in this basket, and I'm just gonna kind of starch it with Best Press, I think, as I go along, not do the whole total starching method because that takes forever. I've been doing that a lot lately, and it still makes it firmer, but it's just much quicker. And start my summer moon. So that's the plan. Start cutting this one out this week. So we'll see what I have done next week. Yeah. So that is all my plans for quilting. I think that's it. I think I'm done, which I should be. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but yeah. So anyway, if you have questions on anything that I talked about, just leave them in the comments below or message me on Instagram or email me. But that's all I have. So I hope you're having a wonderful summer. I hope you're getting in whatever you love to do, stitching, quilting. Personal update I said I would do, so I'll do that real quick. The wedding was fabulous. Everything went beautiful. We had a beautiful day. Fernbank was amazing. So like I said, I will put some pictures at the end, and then I'll have more pictures as time goes on to share. It was a beautiful day. And then this week my son had a bunch of work trips to take. He lives in Alabama, which is about 3 hours away. But he has a dog, so he wanted us to watch the dog. So he scheduled his flights to fly out of Atlanta. And so he could bring us his dog and then fly out of Atlanta. Well, the flights, lately, the poor guy, his flights got going there and coming back, got delayed, canceled. And then he was trying to get a hotel room, and there weren't any hotel rooms. So this happened on the way to, he was going to DC. It happened on the way to DC. And then it happened on the way back from DC. And then he finally gets home, and he had said in his text and his Snapchat said he wasn't feeling great. He had kind of like a cold. Well, he gets home and he's coughing a lot. So I was like, you know what? We were going to have my husband's parents over. I'm like, we better do a COVID test on you. Sure enough, he tests positive. So he has COVID. I mean, he's vaccinated and everything and boosted, but he has it pretty bad. He lost his sense of taste. So then he was here for Father's Day. So this was Saturday that we realized he was sick and he had COVID. And so he decided just to drive home then, so he didn't infect everybody. And so Father's Day we ended up being all by ourselves, and nobody could come over because he had been with my husband quite a bit. So, we've kind of had to quarantine a little bit. So anyhow, that was my week. I think that's it. Oh, I know one other thing I was going to talk about. I don't know if you saw, but Hands Across the Sea Samplers, Nicola and her friends are having a Great British Sampler Weekend in 2023. And I thought, oh my gosh, that'd be so awesome. So then I said something to my husband. He's like, well, if you save up for it or whatever. So I kind of was him-hawing and waiting because I can go. It's in September of 2023. And it's at the very end of my fall break. So I get a week off at the end of September, and it's that weekend of my week off. So I would have to take a few extra days to fly back. And hopefully that would all work out. So I was like hesitating. I thought, what the heck? You only live once. So I sent in my registration, and she got back to me today and said, it's full, but, it's very possible that someone will back out and I might get a spot. So you saw that haul today. I cannot buy any more stuff. I have to save to go to England if I get a spot. So I am going to start saving for that. So it's like a year and a half away. So anyway, but that would be so amazing. She was talking about all the things, that they have planned that you were going to do. And I've always wanted to go to England so much. So I'm just hoping I maybe get a spot. And if not, another year I can do it. But anyway, all right, I think that's all I have to talk about. So I hope you all have a great next week or two. I will try to get back in a week, get back on my schedule. And I will talk to you later. Bye.